Hi, this is Lauren Fogelman at ExpertSportsPerformance.com, working with highly driven, motivated athletes on being cool, calm, and confident under pressure for consistent winning results. Today's topic is how athletes remove performance blocks. It's all about what I call mission alignment. We need to get your values and your goals working together so that they're on the same page and all your energy is put into what it is you want to achieve, as opposed to having those values and goals working against each other so that they're in conflict with one another. What I would like you to do is think about the last time you were in an event and everything began to unravel. All of a sudden, you felt like there was this conflict and the competition was inside your head as opposed to what you needed to do to really make a difference and have your best performance ever. Think about that. And when you do, what was it that felt a little bit off to you? Just was off the page, that disconnect, took your focus off of what you really needed to be doing, got you into your head, and was just distracting you. Maybe there were some thoughts, some emotions came up around it. I want you to be able to just really tune into that, because as you begin to become more aware, you'll know when you freeze, when you get stuck, and when you might get distracted to really throw you off course. And let's go through the 5 steps so that we can really get focused on that mission alignment so everything is on the same page. The first one is align. As I said, I want you to know which values you have that go with your goals, what it is that you're working towards, and which one you might have that might be contradictory or don't necessarily support your goals. Because that's the first thing with alignment, is having that awareness. After that, beliefs. With your core values, you have specific beliefs. When you become aware of your beliefs, you begin to see that when certain things come into play, you're going to respond in a very specific way also. Now, do those responses work for you or do they work against you? If they're working against you, then it's important to know that, because that's where your resistance is coming from. It's that resistance, it's an internal process. Once we become aware of which beliefs might be contradicting that goal and that vision you have for yourself, then we have the ability to be able to take it out, look at it, and see if we can make any adjustments to be able to release that conflict or resistance. After that, consider. Now, what I'd like you to do is, instead of considering the things that are holding you back, that are triggering you, how you get in your way, because a lot of those are focused on things outside of your control, let's make a shift and focus on your efforts. What can you be doing that's lined up? That way you're moving towards your goal, that bigger vision that you have for yourself, as opposed to getting focused on some things that are causing resistance, and then it's trying to get away from the problem, which once again gets you into the struggle. The struggle does not help. But once you become aware of it, you shift it, you focus on the efforts, then there's a change in perception, and it's all about what you can do to be able to make that switch and rise up to the challenge. So the next one is detour. What that is really knowing how to make those shifts in your plan so that it works for you. Because a lot of times you're told to do things a specific way, and it might not be a way that works exactly for you in the way that you need to follow the plan. It's not one size fits all. You have some individual needs, some individual strengths, some responsibilities that you just can't move around. So how can we really work with the whole overall things necessary to help you reach your challenge and that vision, but be able to do it in a way, like I said, that works for you, as opposed to you trying to fit the plan. How can you make the plan fit who you are, what your strengths are, as well as your responsibilities? So being able to shift things around will really take away some of that core resistance that you're feeling. You're not going to get triggered as much. or feel that you're avoiding something and the guilt that maybe comes with it when you know that you should be doing something, but you just can't make it happen in the way that you see to get all the things to fit together. After that, explore. What I'm looking at here is really being innovative, creating a new thought pattern, a new action pattern, because I'm looking for some type of behavior change that will contribute to what's called a pattern disrupt. When you have that pattern disrupt, it's kind of like a shock to the system, almost like jumping into a pool of cold water. It gets your attention very, very quickly, but then you have to respond to it. So with that pattern disrupt, what I'm looking for is some of that just changes what's going on, so you don't have that resistance come up, but it's about creating a new response as opposed to getting triggered by something old and then going down this old path that's not working for you, but really following a new one that's going to help you get closer to where you need to be. It takes the habits out of the way, it takes the triggers out of the way, and there's so much less resistance because you're just coming from a whole new approach and perspective. And once you do that, what you see is that there's this shift in mentality. Instead of focusing on the shoulds, feeling the guilt, having the inner critic come up, you're focusing instead on the effort mindset. You're getting out of that lack mentality or the guilt, and you're focusing on the possibilities. Because it's all about the possibilities. If we can connect those possibilities and put them into play, we're going to go ahead and remove those blocks because we're coming from a place of strengths as opposed to the weaknesses. And it's the strengths that's going to turn it around, create that effort mindset, and get rid of those blocks where you're getting deeper and deeper into the struggle. Okay, so when that happens, you become more relaxed, you have a lot more fun, and you know that you can rise up to any challenge and obstacle that comes your way, and because of that, you're seeing the results. It's a win-win-win situation. So here's your challenge. I want you to identify your core values right now, and maybe go for 5 of them. What are those 5 core foundational values that you have? And then come up with the goal, the vision that you want for yourself. What is it that you're working towards here and now? Next, look at those activities that you need to put into place in order to be able to hit that goal that you have for yourself, really achieve it, have that success. And then when you're looking at this, see how your values either are going to work with you or the ones that are contradicting. And with the ones that feel like they get you into the struggle, how can you maybe shift it and come from a new approach to create that pattern disrupt? That's the challenge for you, is to be able to put it down on paper so that you really know what you're working with, what those core values are, what the goals are, the action steps, and seeing what's working with you that's already there, and where we need to have that shift, create that pattern disrupt. So instead of trying to get away from the problem or have that avoidance, you're rising up to the challenge, knowing that it's just taking one step at a time, having it build upon the next thing to be able to go from where you are now to where you want to be. Please go ahead and list a comment as to what you're going to be doing to create that mindset shift, how it's going to work for you. What would a pattern disrupt look like? I'd love to hear what you took away from this and put it into play. If you're interested in knowing about other mental game strategies that you can use in order to have that performance boost and be able to really have the vision that you know you're capable of achieving, how to be able to overcome challenges, go to my website, expertsportsperformance.com, put your name and email address in the upper right-hand corner. Immediately, you'll get the first of the video training series. Once again, post your comments. I'd love to hear from you as to what you took away from this training and how you're going to put it to use. My goal is to show you how to stay cool when the heat is on. Lauren Fogelman, expertsportsperformance.com.